Alrighty, we'll get started. So welcome everybody, welcome to your practice. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Bianca and I'll be guiding you through the next 45 minutes of your yin practice. So we will be concentrating on our heart and our small intestine meridian, so doing some chest opening, some work into the outer legs, and maybe even some hip postures or hip mobility postures. So when you are ready, you're going to come lying down all the way. Oh, and before we get started, we're going to be using props as this is a yin practice. So if you have pillows, you can grab that, maybe 2, maybe 3. If you have yoga blocks, you can also grab a yoga block. We're going to be using these props. So we're going to start in Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly. And I'd like you to place one pillow lengthwise underneath the spine. Lying all the way down, allow the head to drop back. Soles of the feet together, knees nice and wide. And then close the eyes here. Bringing the arms next to the body with the palms facing up. Allow the head to soften. And this is the time now where we take a moment to arrive on our mats. So start to draw your attention and your awareness inwards as you filter out the distractions, drawing yourself into this present moment right here. Start to notice how your breathing rate slows down, actively deepening the breath, breathing into the lower part of the body, into the pelvis. And exhale out. Really allow yourself to soften and let go. And then we take some time now to set our intention for our practice today. And we're moving with a monthly theme of perseverance and detachment. But for today, I would like you to also focus on the idea of compassion. So we're really going to find some beautiful chest opening postures, bringing space into the heart center and allowing this compassion to really seep through. So allow this intention to lead your practice today. We're going to take 5 deep breaths here together. So seal off the lips. As you inhale, breathing in. Expanding through the whole front side of the body. And as you exhale, letting go, releasing, softening. Inhale. exhale out. Inhaling. Exhale out. Two more as you inhale. Exhale out. Last one, inhale. And exhale out. Beautiful. Slowly we're going to start to move the body by bringing the hands to the outside of the knees. And you can close the knees like you would close a book, very gently. Take a moment just to knock the knees in, maybe on a windscreen wiper the legs. And then in your own time, take a rebound position as you straighten both legs. Pentacle pose, just lying flat on the back. A moment to reset. To feel the body in a neutral state. Beautiful. When you are ready, you can bring the feet to the mat. Slowly just lifting yourself, taking the pillow out from underneath you. And then we can either use a pillow or a block. Our next posture is supported bridge. So if you do have a block handy, this one is quite nice. You have 3 settings on your block. So either taking the lowest setting, taking the middle setting, or the highest setting. So you choose. I would encourage you to take maybe the lowest or the middle setting for today. Just since it is a restorative practice, we don't want to go into the extremity of the shape. Then we're going to place the block just underneath the pelvis. Just above the sitting bones, above the tailbone. And then allow the pelvis to completely sink down and drop onto your prop. If you don't have a block, then using a pillow is perfectly fine too. From here, we're going to take the arms up. You can hold onto opposite elbows, and then close the eyes once again. And as you settle into this shape, I'll take some time to remind you of the 3 tenets of the yin practice. So in yin, we move with the idea of edge, time, and surrender. So we found our edge in our shape. And the edge is simply just the sweet spot. The place where you might feel some discomfort, but never pain. We hold our edge for a period of time, usually 3 to 5 minutes in each posture. And we do this in order to tap into the breath
and to find that sense of surrender and relaxation. This is why we use our props in our yin practice to support us through this extended period of time. So the yin practice can often be seen as the mental practice, the practice of the mind rather than the body, since the focus is less on the asanas but more on the sensation and what's happening inside. You have about 1 more minute remaining here in your supported bridge. Three more breaths. Let's take them together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out. Beautiful. Very gently you can bring the arms back to the body, pressing into the feet as you slightly lift the hips and then removing the block from underneath. Slowly roll the spine down. For our rebound position, we think of pressing the lower spine into the floor and then lifting the knees into the chest. You can take a few rocks and rolls side to side. And then slowly roll over onto your left side and gently press yourself up. We're going to roll over the shins. Our next posture is supported puppy's pose. So coming onto your knees, again you're going to need your props. So your pillows, you can stack them as high as you would like. 2, 3, 4. Really, there's no limit as to how many props to use. We're going to place the block or another pillow just in front of the other. As you start to stack the hips on top of the knees, sinking the chest down. And we want the whole chest supported on your prop. If you find you would like some support in the head, you can place your head on top of a pillow or a block. So it might need some shuffling around as you find your sweet spot, your comfort zone. Again, find the edge of your shape. If you're finding there's a little bit too much pressure in the knees, then you can tuck the toes. And then again, settle in. Find your shape. Find your stillness. And as you use the breath, with every inhale, can you breathe space into the chest, into the belly? And with every exhale, can you possibly sink a little bit lower into your puppy's pose?
breath awareness. We really use this as a tool in our yin practice in order to get us deeper into the shape and also to calm the mind down. Often when the body comes into a bit more stillness, our mind tends to ramp up. So using the breath, it draws us back into the present moment, away from the busy mind, and into the sensations of the shape. We have about a minute remaining, so staying in your shape. Let's take our last 3 breaths here together. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Last one, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Very gently start to draw the spine back, coming to sit onto your shins for a moment, just stacking the spine on top of the pelvis. And you can tuck the chin into the chest, roll the shoulders forward. And then for our rebound position, just take pillows to the side for a moment, spread the knees, child's pose as you sink forward. Then our next shape, we come all the way forward, we sink down onto our bellies, we find a Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose, again using your props, we're going to take the pillow, take it underneath the ribs and allow the elbows to come to the outer edge of the pillow. So you're almost hugging the pillow in between the arms and the ribs. Then from here, 2 options. You can bring a block out in front of you. You're welcome to rest your head on top of the block. Or if you want something a little bit more supportive and the block feels too heavy or too hard on your forehead, you can just hang the head and relax it in between the hands. This is also a nice opportunity to actually massage into the face while we are here. Feel the fascia muscles of the face relax. If you are familiar with any gua sha techniques for the face, and this is also a nice opportunity just to play around with that. And if not, just find stillness, find your supported sphinx, and allow yourself to completely surrender into the shape. I'd like you to visualize now. Visualize the energy originating from the heart center. Allow this energy to permeate and move through the body. So it moves up towards the top of the head. And then it all the way moves down into the pelvis, the base of the spine. The energy of compassion. We have about a minute remaining. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. One more inhale and exhale. And then very slowly, once again, we roll the spine up. Come into our child's pose, rebound. Just lifting the pelvis, sinking back. And then with your next inhale, slowly coming up to tabletop position. Our next posture is sleeping swan. In other styles of yoga, also known as pigeon pose or half pigeon. So coming into it, we're just going to come into a very relaxed downward facing dog. Not going to be here for very long. Lifting the right leg and then bringing the right shin forward. Allow the shin just to fall where it will. You're not forcing the foot forward at all. Just allowing the body to be placed in its natural state. We're going to take our pillow, our block, our prop, whatever you're using, and shuffle it underneath this right hip. And again, you can use one, you can use two, you can use three. And you're taking your other pillow or your block. And then as you inhale, lifting the chest slightly, as you exhale, sink down. Support your forehead as you would like. Once again, either on any setting of your block, either on your pillow, or like we did before, if you would like, you're also welcome to rest the head in between the hands. So now this shape is very easily used to test our edge. And often we will naturally go into the full expression of the shape. So I'd like you to take just a few steps back. Reminding you that we are holding this for up to 5 minutes. So where you think you want to go, maybe just take the level down in order to support yourself for the duration of the time. And knowing that you don't have to be static. Although we're holding the shape, there is time and opportunity to adjust your props,
just where you need to as the body starts to surrender into it. And there is a difference between adjusting and fidgeting out of discomfort. Discomfort is okay. We can deal with discomfort. We can move through discomfort. We do not have to resist it. We have about a minute remaining here. So here, last 3 breaths, an inhale and an exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Last time, inhale and exhale. Slowly coming out of it, pressing ourselves up. You can tuck the back toes, shuffle yourself. We come into that downward facing dog once again, very gently. If you need to shake the right leg out slightly, you can do so. And we move on to the other side. Left shin shifts forward, sliding the back foot back, and propping yourself up as you need to. So pillow or block comes underneath the left hip now. And maybe you need more or less support on this side, so treat this side as its own individual entity. And when you feel ready, you fold forward and you settle in. Again, a reminder to connect to your breath. Use it as your tool. You can almost think of using the breath, riding the breath like a wave through the discomfort of the shape.
have about a minute remaining. Three last breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. One more inhale and exhale. Slowly, very gently, pressing yourself back upright. Just roll over to that left hip, remove the pillows from underneath you. Our last shape will be Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So really take your pillows, stack them as high as you would like, and then just fold yourself forward. You can relax the one cheek onto the pillows. I'll let you know when it is time to take the head to the other side. Slowly bringing the head the other side. We're halfway. Settle in. Taking your last 3 breaths here, big inhale. Exhale out. Big inhale. Exhale out. Last inhale. Exhale out. Slowly start to roll the spine back up. We take one pillow behind us, placing it underneath the head, and then roll all the way down. We prepare for our pentacle pose, other pillow places underneath the knees, and then you can lie down on your back. Pentacle pose, otherwise known as Shavasana, our final relaxation. So getting rid of any fidgeting, any last adjustments, any last movements. And then settle into stillness. Allow yourself to arrive back on your mat. Allowing yourself to surrender and sink into the floor beneath you. This is our final moment, a moment where our practice integrates and comes together. A moment where we give our minds and our bodies the time to simply just be.
to give you this time in stillness, in solitude, to be with yourself. And I will let you know when it is time to move out of your pentacle pose and close your practice off.
Slowly bring your attention back to your breathing. As you notice the very slow and gentle rise and fall of your belly and of your chest. And taking this movement of the ebb and flow of the breath and expanding it to the edges of the body. To the top of the head, the tips of the toes, the fingertips. And then when you feel ready from these edges, you can start to wake the body up. Absolutely no rush, be gentle, be mindful. And keeping the eyes closed, can roll over onto any side. Support your head with the bottom arm. And slowly pressing yourself up, coming to a comfortable seat. Still keeping the eyes closed. You take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Feel the connection of the palms of the hands onto the front of the body. Again, visualizing the energy originating in the middle of the chest, the heart center, moving up the spine to the crown, the top of the head, and down towards the base of the spine. Aligning all the energy centers. And then we bring the intention to the forefront of our mind, the intention of compassion. How can we take what we've learned, take our compassionate self, whether that's towards the self or towards others, how can we take it off of our mats and into the world? And as we've practiced compassion now in this practice in the last 45 minutes, how can we continue to do so after we roll our mats up today? And gently you can bow the chin towards the chest, seal all of that in. A moment of gratitude and appreciation to yourself and to your practice. And when you are ready, you can gently start to blink the eyes open. Come back to your space. There's no rush. From me to all of you, thank you so much for joining. An honor and a privilege as always to share my practice with you. Have a beautiful day, and I hope to practice with you all soon once again.